two things that are going on today. Drama. Hang on. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to be having 2 thoroughbred breakers coming to us shortly. And then I find out that one of them, this poor 3-year-old filly, has degloved her back leg. Now that basically means, if you imagine pulling a glove off, that's like when you catch wire on the skin and then it gets underneath and it slices it, and it can be really nasty. And the poor owner was devastated and called me, couldn't get a vet, and oh, you can just imagine. Anyway, I was worried she was going to have to put her to sleep. And then just as I was leaving, another vet turned up there, so that was all good because I had horses like in the process getting tacked up. That's all sorted. So I had a chat to the vet, and it seems like we're going to try and bring the horse here. She's not very good with her back legs. The deal is she might have to come here for bandaging and sedation, and you know, she'll be handled in the meantime, so it'll sort of, we'll kind of do a bit of breaking in while we're recuperating, perhaps. Number 2, my boyfriend John came home yesterday morning. He'd gone to Gundawindi, came home to a newborn foal in the paddock. Why do these easy foalings not happen to me? He goes away, comes back, pop, it's there. Actually, it had gone into the next door paddock and was with an old mare who was mothering it, and the mum was actually just lying flat out in the paddock. That's why he had a look. So I'm going to try and go down there, take some blood off that little wee foaly foal and check that it's had enough antibodies, especially seeing as it was in the wrong paddock. That's not ideal. Try and give you a bit more info on the whole foaling thing if anyone's interested. Just comment if you want to know. Or if you've got any specific foaling, breeding questions. Do it. It's my shoe. Stop. So we are going to do an IgG test on this little foal who is 36 hours old now. And so we're basically checking its antibody levels, hopefully absorbed from its mum's milk. So we want to check that it's had enough antibodies to protect the little foal against any infections that it could pick up in the next few days, weeks, months of its life. So this is Skwert, the horse I was mentioning earlier on. We picked her up last night. We couldn't get her 2-year-old half-sister on the float, so we ended up bringing her 5-year-old off-the-track mate, Diamond, who's also come for training. Now Skwert degloved the front of her back right leg. She has a large area of bone exposed. I'll insert a photo. And the vet that was there at the time managed to stitch the flap over, which helps to cover the bone and keep it moist. The flap could die in the future and we might have to cut some away. That's not a problem at all. The skin will grow back as long as we get a healthy bed of granulation tissue growing underneath. In the meantime, it's keeping the bone covered and making my job a little bit easier with the bandaging. She has completely cut in half the common extensor tendon that runs down the front of the limb, and that's what helps to lift the hoof forwards. So tendons do have an amazing ability to grow back. We will just have to wait and see how she heals and whether she's sound and what her sort of potential is to be a performance horse. She's probably not going to race at this stage. Broodmare is definitely on the cards, but if we can get her to be sound and be able to walk, trot, canter, maybe even jump, you know, the world is your oyster. Happy Saturday. So it's going to be a hectic morning. Treatments, mucking out, feeding, checking bandages, and getting inside, ready for Adelaide 5-star cross-country live. Yes. Jetty's looking very sexual. Look at you. Jetty, Jetty.
Saying no one is making the time. I'm going to go one. Let's see. So just, Tony Schmidt adding a strike. Now, are you going to tell us who that one is? That would be silly.
We can guess, but we'll keep it going.
So it's been one of those days. Poor little Chevvy. He came in this morning and had colic. He wasn't keen on his breakfast and he was lying down, and thankfully Phoebe noticed and brought him up. So we drenched him, gave him some water, paraffin oil into his stomach, because his poo's basically been really, really dry. He's only passed 2 poos since 8 o'clock this morning, and that's nearly 12 hours now. And he's not really finishing his dinner. So I'm gonna give him some more pain relief and keep checking him through the night. Hopefully don't have to drench him through the night. But if he's not passed much poo by the morning and he's still not well, we're gonna have to drench him again, possibly even give him a heap of fluids. So don't know if you guys noticed what Chevy did with his nose as I was giving him the injection. Completely unrelated to the injection. It is something that they can do when they're pained, that thing. So that's called the Flamen reaction. They will often do it when they pick up certain scents and things. So they've got chemoreceptors up under their lip. And so like boys smelling girls or smelling different, smelling urine. But it is also something they do when they're painful. See, he's doing it now. Oh, you took the whole thing, greedy gump.